And we're back with another prediction show on the 3DXL podcast. I say we like I have a partner today, but I don't because Ray is fucking off somewhere. So, you just have me. Even though he can't be here, he did send his picks in and the damn odds. So, yeah, he's putting in some work and not being completely lazy. Sorry for the fan and the AC in the background. No, I'm not sorry. It's hot. And I am baking over here. So you guys will just have to deal with it on this time. This weekend we have Money in the Bank, or as some are calling it, Yeet in the Bank. And I'm kind of looking forward to this PLE. I know there should be some interesting storylines that come out of it. And out of all the gimmick, PLEs that they have, Royal Rumble, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, this is like my fourth or fifth favorite. And it's only because you have the long term ramifications from, somebody who can cash in the briefcase, appropriately. And I think that sometimes the cash ins are very interesting. I don't know how interesting these will be, but we'll see. And I guess I'll get into it a little bit more when I do the predictions. So, with that said, let's get into the predictions and start this off. We're going to start it off with the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Damian Priest versus Seth freaking Rollins. Priest is a negative 200 favorite, while Seth is a plus 150 dog. Honestly, I expected Seth Rollins to be the underdog and Damian Priest to be the favorite, especially with the stipulation that's in place where if Damian Priest loses, he has to leave the Judgment Day, and if Seth wins, if Seth loses, he doesn't get a chance while Damian Priest has the title. And honestly, I don't think he needs the title right now. And while Seth hasn't had the most intriguing run as champ, I do think the Judgment Day winning the tag team titles gives the story more legs, and they can see, what happens after he said that he doesn't need the Judgment Day as much as the Judgment Day needs him. You have the whole Rhea, Dom, and Liv triangle. So I'm really interested to see, where this story goes. And with Seth just coming back, I don't think he needs to have the title this quickly. There are plenty of things that he can do. There are plenty of people he can feud with. And I don't think that he needs to be thrust into the title picture, this quickly as he has been. So him not being able to challenge while Damian Priest has it will probably be a good thing with him for Seth. So I'm going with Damian Priest, and Ray is gonna go with Damian Priest as well. Next up, we have the Intercontinental Championship, where we'll see Sami Zayn defending against Braun Breaker. Sami is a plus 160 dog, and Breaker is a 225 favorite, a minus 225 favorite. And I mean, the way Braun has just been running through everybody, he should be the favorite. And I'm guessing if you're gonna have Breaker in a match for the title, this early, you're gonna have him win. He's looked dominant, and right now I don't see why you would have him take a loss. He just put Ricochet out of the company, so you know the way that he's been just you know asserting his dominance over everybody. I don't see Sammy beating him, and I know he beat Gunther, whatever. I don't see Sammy beating Braun Breaker. So, you know, he's a moneymaker. He's a star. And you can push this dude to the moon. So, I don't know who would take it off of Braun later. Because he has looked as strong as he has. But I guess that's another conversation for another day. I think that Braun is going to Breaker Sammy, and Ray is also going with Braun in this match. I mean, who's not going with Braun in this match? So, the next match we're going to go to is the six-man tag match. You have the Bloodline taking on Cody, Randy Orton, and KO. In this match, the Bloodline are whopping minus 1,500 faves, while Cody, Orton, and KO are plus 600 dogs. And the stipulation in this match is that the Bloodline can pick any three members to participate in this match. So my guess is they're going to pick the Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga and Tungaloa and Jacob Fatu At first, I kind of thought that Solo might wrestle, but he looks even more powerful as a tribal chief if he orders his minions to take on his lightweight. So I can definitely see where he's on the outside just helping the guys win. So yeah, I think that the Bloodline is probably gonna win this match. I think that KO is gonna take the pin here. It's not like they're doing much with him anyway. Honestly, they really haven't used him well in a while. Hoping that they do something with him besides have him team up with people like Orton or come out and make the save and then get his ass kicked. He has looked strong, but in essence, they really haven't done anything with him. I think that they're missing the boat with him as a good heel right now. I don't think they have people who are as strong as KO, in that heel role. And I think that, they should give LA Knight the US championship, have him beat Logan Paul, and then have KO make a heel turn and take the title from LA Knight, because they're really not doing anything with LA Knight, really anyway. Like, they're not doing anything with KO, and I think that those two can bring some prestige to the U.S. title and just take on and do more with what Logan has built with it, because Logan has been fantastic with his in-ring work, and I mean his matches have been pretty good. So I'm hoping that they do something with them, but I guess I'm fantasy booking, and that's not what this is about. So I'm picking the Bloodline, and Absentee Ray is also picking the Bloodline for this match. Now we move on to the namesake of the pay-per-view, and this is going to be the first of the two Money in the Bank ladder matches. In this match, we have Jey Uso, LA Knight, Andrade, Drew McIntyre, Chad Gable, and Carmelo Hayes all vying for the briefcase. Look, I'm not going through the odds for all of these guys in here, but what I will say, Jay is a minus 175 favorite to win. The next one up is Drew McIntyre. He's a plus 150 to win. And the rest of them basically have no chance of winning according to the odds. The rest of them, I think, are in the thousands. I think maybe Chad is 5 plus a plus 525 or something like that. But other than that, the rest of them have no shot. And I think we all know that the rest of them have no shot. I think that LA Knight will be in the U.S. title picture with Logan Paul at SummerSlam. So I personally see Logan Paul, coming out and interfering in the match and costing LA Knight, his chance when he's about to win it. Logan Paul's gonna come out and just cost him the match. Yeah, LA Knight's not winning this at all. And speaking of interfering, I think CM Punk, as we all do, is going to come out and somehow fuck over Drew McIntyre, because that seems to be CM Punk's MO. And I'm actually enjoying this feud. I'm enjoying what Drew McIntyre is doing. I'm enjoying what CM Punk is doing. I really think that this feud has some legs. I'm just hoping that they get to have this match before CM Punk gets hurt again. Don't at me. We know it's going to happen. He gets hurt after every match. He's probably going to get hurt. I'm just hoping that he has, a good match with Drew before he's on the shelf for another 8 months. Andrade. Yeah, Andrade should have stayed in AEW. At least in AEW, he was getting a good push. He was winning. Here, he hasn't done anything. Understand he wanted to be with his woman, but she's not even wrestling. So I personally think that Andrade should have just stayed in AEW, kept taking those wins, he would have probably been a champion at this point, but he decided to come to WWE, and he hasn't done shit. He hasn't done anything. Chad Gable, yeah, he just is. He had that little run with Sammy. He didn't win. I mean, he got pseudo-murdered by the Wyatt Six. He can't die. Maybe they'll come out and they'll, beat him up again this week for the pay-per-view, but they haven't really done anything for me that I think that Chad Gable should be doing. I think that he should have been the Intercontinental Champion, but again, that's a story for another day. And I'm honestly guessing that this is to get Melo some exposure. He hasn't done much on the main roster, but he was great in NXT. And when I speak of Braun Breaker winning the Intercontinental Championship from Sammy, I think that for the matches that Melo has had with Braun Breaker in NXT, that they could probably have some good matches on the main roster, and Melo could be that person to take the title off of Braun Breaker. So I think that Melo is one to watch. I think he's gonna have a good performance because of his athleticism and the things that he can do, and he's not afraid to just throw his body to the wind. So I'm looking forward to what he does in the match. But all in all, I think that Jay is going to win this match, and Ray is still copying all of my picks, and I can say that because he's not here, and he's going with Jay as well. And now we get into the last match of this pay per view, which is the last, namesake of the pay per view, and it's the women's Money in the Bank. And I'm guessing that the women's Money in the Bank is gonna probably be last because they don't have any other women's matches on the card as far as I've seen. And in this match, we're gonna have Tiffany May, aka Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, Lyra Valkyria, Zoe Stark, Io Sky, and Chelsea Green. Yeah, I don't know where any of these ladies go after this match is over. I'm sure that they'll probably squeeze some feuds out, but because there's no ladies mid card title and um, Liv Morgan isn't dropping the title anytime soon, I'm sure that whoever wins this will probably challenge Bailey. But I don't see what anybody else with the other five women do after this match. Maybe Lyra Valkyria, she does something. Io Sky, since she's lost the title, they haven't done much with her. Chelsea Green, I mean, her and Piper Niven, do things. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler go for the tag titles, and Naomi, she's another one. She should have just stayed in TNA and kept winning championships like she was doing. But for the odds, one odd did surprise me. Tiffany May or Tiffany Stratton, she's a 200 favorite, but that's not the one that surprised me. The one that surprised me was Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green is actually a plus 110 dog, which was, I thought that it would be Naomi if anybody was going to be, you know, close to even a shot of winning. And I can see Chelsea Green being a great person to have the Money in the Bank briefcase. But the next closest person is Zoe Stark at plus 1,000. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, Tiffany May is going to win this. And I think she should because, I mean, her attitude, her persona, her ring work is all actually really good. And I think that she can be the perfect kind of shit heel with the title. I mean, not with the briefcase before she wins the title. But I do think that I'm going to get tired of hearing Michael Cole saying, "Is it Tiffy time?" every time she comes out with the damn briefcase. And you know he's going to run that shit into the ground. But I think that she'll be a good Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And I'm going to go with Tiffany May. And Ray is also going to go with Tiffy time. And for the pay-per-view, that's actually all the matches. We only have 5 for this pay-per-view. And I think that there should be decent matches. I don't think we'll have anything spectacular. I think that the ladder matches should be pretty good. I don't know if we'll see, you know, anything crazy spectacular, any surprise, you know, comebacks or returns, I should say, anything like that. But I think that it'll be a decent pay-per-view, and I think we can get some decent storylines, especially if you have Jay and Tiffany Stratton as the Money in the Bank holders, especially with Tiffany Stratton, because she is just that heel that you love to hate. And I think that she'll be really good with the Money in the Briefcase, teasing her, you know, her cash-ins. And the NXT is also having a pay-per-view on Sunday. I think it's called Heatwave. I haven't been watching NXT, honestly. Sorry, guys. So I don't know if we're going to do anything for that because I'm pretty sure Ray hasn't either. So it might be a good pay-per-view. I think there's a 4-way for the World Championship. And Obafemi is almost always somebody to watch. But I don't really know the matches, so I don't want to start speaking on it. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the PLE. That's really it for this one. Don't forget to like if you liked. Comment just for shits and giggles because you know I always appreciate a good comment. And subscribe for more me. because you know you can't get enough of me, especially me doing these solo ones. Let me know how I did. So, for my absentee partner Ray, this is D. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.